Hi there, we're back for part 2 of how to use VUE, which is a concept mapper. If you didn't watch part 1, please go back and do that. This time we're going to cover layout and content. So you can see on the screen is the view that we created in the last video, which is a basic concept map of animals of the rainforest. So first we're going to work on layout. If you remember, we can select the mouse with the dashed bar and select more than one object. So I'm going to select our whole map. And we're going to use one of VUE's layout tools to organize these. You can drag them around yourself, but they have some really great time-saving and just innovative ways to organize. There's great visualizations of each of these in the manual, which I've linked to in the blog post. So I would recommend going back to that and checking them out. But what I'm going to do is go to Format, click Arranged Linked, because all of these objects are linked together, and pick one of these structures, so it'll organize it for me. It's really a matter of preference and what you're mapping and how they connect to each other. I'm going to go with hierarchical though. So I'll select that. It jumped over a little on me, but here I am. And you can see that it's rearranged them for me. And I can drag the whole thing over here if I want. So there's lots of different ways to lay it out. You can explore that a little bit, but that's basically it. Just format and either arrange or arrange linked, depending on which you've selected. So next we're going to move on to the exciting part, which is content. One of the really innovative things about VUE, and the thing that makes it really useful in my opinion, is that you can link to a variety of content, both on your computer and on the web. So we're going to start with a web link. I'm going to pull up my browser. I'm using Safari here, but you can use anything. And I have here wildcatconservation.org, and I'd like to link to it in my module here about cats. So you simply go to the URL bar, and you can see that a little icon or logo pops up. And you're just going to grab that and add it to cats. It's as simple as that. So you can see it changes the size to accommodate, so you might need to rearrange. And again, I can just select them all again and click layout, and it'll reformat it for me. So you might choose to do layout once you're done adding your content. So I can also have this be its own if I'd like, but I want to have it as part of cats because that's what it's about. So I'm also going to add some content from my computer. So I'm going to go to Finder in Mac or just your Explorer, and I'm going to add this document that I have about large cats of the rainforest. And again, I'm simply going to drag and drop, and there it is. Keep in mind, this links it to my computer. It's a shortcut. So if you are going to be sharing your view and you have something linked to your computer, you need to package it up with all of the files. So make sure you refer to the manual on how to do that. Lastly, I'm going to add an image, two different ways. I'm going to go back to my Finder and grab just an image from my computer, and I'm going to add it to insects. And there it is. It sticks in the file name, which you can delete or change. And again, I can go to my formatting palette and change the style of that if I'd like. I'm going to make it a square. And there we go. And if I click this here, it's actually a link to the file on my computer. It's the same here. That web takes me to the web link, and that doc takes me to the document on my computer. So finally, I'm going to use what I think is a really slick feature, and I'm going to ask VUE to generate an image for me using Flickr. So you either right-click or command-click. And I'm going to click Add Most Relevant Flickr Image. You can see that this way you can also add a URL or an image or file. I showed you the drag and drop way. I think it's a little easier. But here I'm just going to click Add Most Relevant Flickr Image. It simply searches Flickr and pulls an image. So here we have one. And I'm also going to try it out for, let's see what else do I have, primates. And it gave me a cute little primate there. So there you have your basic content, and stay tuned for part 3.